Hello guys, welcome you to our YouTube channel. Today we are live in the studios of Deluxe Experience Ghana. On today's episode of Allova, we have with us
One mistake people said.
The blogger with scars. Nicholas Okonye, aka Clouds.
Today we are discussing a very interesting and provoking topic. Men, are you ready?
Yes, we are.
As a man, expressing your emotion makes you weak. Three no's, one yes. Mr. Praise, yes and no.
Yes. Expressing your emotions is or strong in the way you are expressing your emotions. It's very broad. Now, in my honest opinion, the way you express whatever emotions you are expressing will tell whether you are weak or strong. I will give a very simple example. So there's a TikTok video going around from a KUST student who got a breakup message with his girlfriend. He had to rush to the girlfriend's hostel to apologize. Now, this is a weak man, and this is a reason. He has wrapped his hands around the girl's waist, kneeling and walking on his knees around the room. Now, the funny part is the girl is trying every way possible to push him away. This guy is crying, weeping, wailing. This is a weak man. How about I know whatever I did is wrong. Can we talk about this? I'll give you time, then we'll discuss this. As simple as that. This is what strong men do. But to cry and wait, I don't believe in that. So my answers as to whether yes or no depends on the extent and the way you are showing your emotions. This is my piece.
One Mr. Seki.
Alright. So for me, just like opinions and nonsense, everyone is entitled to their own emotions. Whether to express them or not, it's up to you. And then, the question of the day is that, does it make you weak when you express them? I'm saying no. For the reason being that emotions in its own sense doesn't bring you being weak or being strong. It is up to you to know what you have ahead, what you are doing. Do you get what I'm saying? It is up to you to make yourself very weak. But emotions in this sense doesn't have anything to do with you being weak or strong. It just shows the state you are in at that particular point. Yeah.
Pink Clouds.
Alright. So I would say no because emotions is not something to determine whether a man is weak or is strong. Let me start by defining what a man is or who a man is. Okay. Man is a spirit, has a soul and lives in a body. And emotions is a function of the soul of a man, which is expressed in our actions. So now, for you to say that expressing our emotions makes especially emotions as a man makes you weak, I would say it's wrong. Okay, because emotions are meant to be expressed. Emotions are like chemicals. So let's look at the name emotion. It comes from the word motion. It's something that is moving. It's something that you cannot hold it. You must express it. But how? You must express it intelligently. That's why we always advise people to be emotionally intelligent. So when I'm hurt and I pretend that I'm not expressing, I will not let people know that I'm hurt, or it have a lot of effect on my body as a man. Assuming I'm in a relationship and my partner does something and I'm not okay with it, I can express it in a very
wise way for the person to know that, oh, this thing that I did, my partner didn't like it. If you feel that you are hurt and there is room for you to cry, there's room for you to talk about it. Even scientifically, biologically, when you try to keep your emotions, not bringing them out, it can have effect on your mental health. You can have depression, you can have anxiety. So I would say it is very, very important for us to express our emotions as men, but we must express it intelligently. I'll give an analogy in the Bible where Jesus Christ, our Lord and Master Savior, at a point in time, he was told that Lazarus is dead, and he loved Lazarus. He could have said, oh, I'm God in flesh. I raised the dead, I healed the sick, I did this, I walk on water, I did this and that. Why must people see me crying? Okay. But he cried, he wept. The Bible said he wept. That was the place we saw God in flesh, weeping. And then after that, we saw him calling Lazarus from the grave. If expressing his emotions by weeping made him weak, he wouldn't have been able to even call Lazarus from the dead. But we saw him exercising the supernatural power, and Lazarus was resurrected. So I would say that emotions are meant to be expressed in a very wise way. So the person that is affected must make sure that what I'm expressing must be expressed in a wise way, not holding it, which will have consequences on your body, on your mind, and in the long run, it will affect you as a man. So emotions are very, very good, and you have to express it in a very wise way. Thank you.
So if emotions are meant to be expressed, Mr. Saki, why then do men find it difficult to express their emotions? Why do they struggle so hard expressing their emotions?
Right. So for me, men don't struggle expressing their emotions.
They
just
do.
decide not to. Okay. Because in our society we're living now, okay, once you express an emotion which is going to bring your soul down, it's going to make you take a break or stop whatever you have to do. Okay. In our society now, men have to even give up. Even when the going gets very tough, you still have to keep keeping on. You understand? Yes, so men decide not to express their emotion, but not that they find it difficult expressing it, just so they can keep on doing whatever they're doing.
Alright. It's not that men find it difficult to express their emotions. The problem with men is a lot of men are very, because we always see men have ego. Okay, and I would say it's one of the things that prevents men, especially when they are with their women, to express their emotions for them to see, because they think a lot of men are misinformed. We have this adage in our local dialects that so culturally we have been cultured from the onset by our nuclear family, our parents. That is how a lot of men have been trained, that as a man, when you cry, that means you are weak. So this man who is coming from this background knows that when I begin to express my emotions, when I cry, when I'm in pain and I scream, and my partner see me, they will see me as a very weak person. Okay, and so we have been misinformed, and because of that knowledge that we have, it seems we find it difficult to express it. But a very sincere person, okay, I always use Jesus as my illustration. Jesus was on the cross, and he was on the cross, and he being God created the heavens and he said something that was very profound. He was praying to the Father on the cross, and he said, Father, why are you forsaking me? Wow, somebody who raised the dead. But he was a very honest person. For us to know that there was a point that he felt that he was left alone, he expressed it. There was a point that in the Garden of Gethsemane, Jesus Christ went to the garden. He went to pray that if it would be possible, God the Father should let this cup pass by him. He said, yet not my will, but your will be done. So we see in his expression that he was just an honest person, a sincere leader, a sincere person expressing his emotions in a very, for us to know that what he did for us, he suffered pain. He let us know that no, he went through a lot of pain, and he showed us, he wanted us. So I don't see anything wrong for a man to express his emotion. But as I said, you express it intelligently. You respond intelligently by in how you express your emotions. Yeah.
I've made a dual call by saying yes and no. My answer is to an extent on either side. However, I have a problem with Mr. Clouds.
Right.
For some few things he said. Now, unless the word weak in the emotion depicts strength, okay, just like he used strength to his last or something. He used miraculous grace to raise Lazarus, not strength. So he didn't need physical strength to raise Lazarus. Okay, so if he tells us that Jesus Christ, if he was weak because he wept, he wouldn't have been able to wake Lazarus up. I think that was a very big example. So unless the weakness you're talking about in the motion, okay, is strength, of which I don't think it's strength. Okay,
because I'm confused here too.
yeah. I'm very
The emotions you're talking about, okay, they are yes, so
yes,
emotions has to do with like
strength,
like
self-strength.
anger, disgust, fear.
Yes.
So surprise are emotions. So which type of emotion are you talking about?
Because if it's about
And
what we discussed, and then
yes, it allows to make a statement. Unless it was a slip of tongue, okay. But when he was giving the scenario about Jesus Christ and Lazarus, he made a statement that it was then Jesus, he saw Jesus in his human form, weakly expressing it, unless it was a slip of tongue.
Jesus Christ didn't show any form of physical strength. From the time Satan tempted him on the mountain and all that, okay, these were all emotional strength.
Yeah.
It had nothing to do with physical strength. So if it's about physical strength, then we don't have emotion. Okay, Jesus Christ didn't have to use strength to wake Lazarus up. He didn't have to use strength to do any miracle when he came.
And yes, if I was still on my grounds, okay, saying no, because I mean emotions like happiness, emotions like surprises, why would we make it weak? Why?
But then I know men who don't even show it when they are happy. They don't show it. You know, surprise them and then they'll just be there.
Good. And that's
why? Because they are men and
good.
they're not supposed to show it.
No. Because that's what I'm saying, that it's not that men are not supposed to, but they decide not to show.
Not to show.
Do you understand? And they have their own personal reasons.
Okay.
Do you get it?
Do you know, if you get pain resistance, okay, has to do with your emotions.
Yes.
Pain resistance, okay, now pain is a physical feeling, okay?
Yes.
But before you're able to resist pain, okay, like, it has to do with your emotions.
Okay.
If not your emotions, if not emotional strength, you can't resist physical pain.
Okay.
Yeah. So unless our brother wants to banter, you can move on with emotion.
So I don't really get your argument because I think you've misunderstood me.
Okay.
So
Make it clear.
the question they asked, the question that is being discussed is about men not expressing
Their emotions.
making them weak. So there was no qualification whether it is physical weakness, emotional weakness, or supernatural weakness.
That is why I said that. So what I said was that unless the weakness is about here, okay.
The question was kept open.
So that's why I said that, okay, we as Christians, we can't qualify Jesus, okay, with physical strength about his miracles. Now, he will kill us up was a miracle. Miracle. He didn't have to carry Lazarus, lift him up and down, or whatever. That was a miraculous.
That is supernatural strength.
That is why I'm saying. So what I said was, unless. So that's no, understand me.
Relax.
I was like, unless Okay, that's English. Like, unless the weakness you're talking about has to do with physical strength.
Okay, so I want to come in here. You know, in our society, we all say that we live in a patriarchal society.
Right.
If we say that Bearman soon, if I see you crying, Mr. Praise, I'll know that you are physically weak.
No,
that's wrong.
If you see,
That's
now
so
the
wrong.
God does not even have anything to say. You know why? We are talking about emotions. Okay. Now, emotional well-being and physical well-being are two different phrases. Okay. Now, emotions have something to do with physical strength.
So when the account say that, like I said, if I come and then I see you crying or I see you.
Saying that when you see Mr. Prince maybe tearing, you would think he's weak.
No, so that's what I'm saying. That people say that. So I'm trying to ask a question. People say that. Oh, Obama better say Usman. They say, "Oh, when Papa."
Me and my dream.
Okay.
And then treat you.
Now, even when you're it's up to the person. Okay, just like I said earlier, opinions and doses. Everyone is entitled to one.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Okay.
You thinking I am weak doesn't mean I'm weak.
I'm weak.
Okay.
That's a thought for me.
Do you understand? Others cry and get very strong because whatever issue they were trying to deal with has been dealt. With.
So
Yes.
you have to know that okay, there are some people that when they are angry, okay, they actually smile.
Yes.
Yes.
And that's when they are
So are they
worst.
So are they
the worst state. I get
That's the question.
it.
Are they
So emotions has nothing to do with physical strength. Emotions. It's emotion. It's watching.
Okay.
The inner self.
Can I also
That's
add?
emotion.
You cannot separate your emotions from your whole being.
No, you can't.
I stated something. I said man is a spirit, has a soul, and live in a body. Your soul is a composition of your will, your mind, okay, and then your choices that you make. That is where emotions are. When I laugh, it affects my entire body and spirit. That is why even doctors and health professionals advise that you always have to at least laugh and be happy because it has an impact on the body. So you cannot say that emotion has nothing to do with your body. It's you are one. You are three in one. That's how a man is.
So we're speaking out of spirituality and morals. Now this is
No, this is not out of spirituality and morals.
This is a medical professional asking you to laugh. Okay. Number one, if you laugh, okay, it opens up the veins. I get it. That's physical. Okay.
So what?
Hold on.
Where is the laughing coming from?
Hold on. If you laugh, no, do you know I can make someone laugh by explaining. That's physical. That's physical. So if I go to hospital, okay, I take my son to hospital, and the doctor was like, his veins are blocked. Okay, yeah, my name is Siri. Okay, I choose to either crack jokes for him to laugh, okay, or give him a full 1 hour taking play every day. It's taking has to do anything emotional. No, that's physical. Okay, that is why we have emotional strength and physical strength. Okay, so Nicholas bringing in hold on. Nicholas bringing in soul, body, mind. Okay, that's the whole thing on its own. See, we are dealing with emotions. Emotions. Now, the emotion here says that is a man showing his emotions. Does it make him weak? Okay, so we are dealing with like your inner self, not the physical outward. The inner self here comes out.
Fine. So let me also come.
So my only issue here with Nicholas, okay, is the fact that he's bringing Jesus Christ in and said now he can't make like oh no, he would have been able to raise us up if he didn't weep or what. Jesus Christ didn't wake us up with physical strength.
Okay.
It was miraculous strength.
Oh, wait. Okay, so I understand where you're coming.
It's my point that we are discussing. Let me come. If you must say that when I tickle you, that's just physical. That's not true.
Oh, No, wait.
I understand where they're both coming from.
That's not physical. I'm telling you, I'm in your physical self.
Relax.
Why can't you wait? Why can't you wait? Why can't
No. Show there. Stop missing.
Okay.
Alright. Go ahead.
It's
Okay.
When you tell me it's just physical, that means that you are disconnecting your emotions from your body, from your body, and that's wrong.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Emotions can be
Where you're coming
affected.
from. Okay, in the sense that
Wait. Let me finish. Emotions can be affected internally and externally.
okay.
Physical affections can cause internal affections, right? And also internal infection, like something that you are worrying about, can also affect you on the outside.
Okay.
So when I tickle you and you laugh, it is something on the outside affecting the inside and coming back, bouncing back. You get it? When I'm there and I'm thinking about something and it makes me worried and I express it on the outside, it is an inward outside emotion that I'm expressing. So what I'm saying is that emotions is part of us. We are emotional beings. Emotion was created as part of us.
Right.
Now, on my issue with Jesus Christ weeping and demonstrating supernatural strength is because of the question, the context of the question. The question is that, man, why can you help me with the same statement again? The first question.
Why do men struggle to show emotions?
Why do men struggle to show emotions? And what we are discussing, why I brought that was that the weakness of Jesus Christ, he expressed his physical weakness, and yet he rose up to express a supernatural strength. And it's in context with what we are saying. We are discussing about emotions and weakness. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
So if you want to get my point,
You understand where they are both coming from, okay?
Okay.
It's very simple. Okay, to an extent, emotions can have an effect, okay, on you physically. To some extent, it doesn't.
Okay.
It's a very good extent that people get angry. I think you made it. People get angry and still laugh. You said it, that people get very angry, okay, and then their body is very heated up. Yeah, their heart is roaring. You understand? But they still laugh. Whatever emotions they are feeling at that time, okay, it's not being expressed physically. You know what I'm saying? But from where Mr. Lovas is coming from, then that's fine. And sometimes it has an effect on you physically. Sometimes it doesn't.
Okay.
Whatever effect you think you will see is not what is actually emotion.
Okay.
So see, all I was trying
Mr.
to
Praise.
figure out was that unless the motion, okay, is cutting across both physical and internal, unless if that's the case, he's right. But even with that, Jesus Christ extended a miraculous activity, okay, and that had nothing to do with physical strength.
Okay, so moving from that, Mr. Praise, in your earlier submission, you made a statement.
Yeah.
You said showing emotions is a mess.
Yeah.
So this question is for you. How would you feel if your fellow man expresses his emotions to you? How are you going to react to it?
Showing emotions to an extent is a mess. Depending on how you show the emotions. Where I come from, you have to hate the woman. No matter how angry you are, you must touch a woman. You are weak. You know why? Because as a man, we have to see you as an intellectual being, okay? And you should be able to amass all physical, vocal, and total mechanisms, okay, to talk to a woman. You have to understand how you feel without having to lay your hands. So a man that lays his hands on a woman is weak, is coward. You know why? Because it's believed that you can't actually banter word to word with a woman. That is where I'm coming from. Now, as a man, how I react to whatever I'm feeling. So there's something they say that people will offend you. People People step on your feet every single day. But how you react to the offense is where the problem comes from. That is why they always say, if you go to the prison, many people are in jail out of their reactions, not the actions. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yes.
Many people are in jail out of reactions. Now there's a trending issue about a tech guy who killed his girlfriend. We've been told that the girl was cheating. We've heard a lot. I thought to be corrected. We've heard a lot about this particular issue. However, nobody cares right now what the girl did. What you care right now is, why did the guy do what he did? That's the problem. Why did the guy do what he did? Because he expressed his emotions physically, and that going where he is right now. Okay, so as a man, the way you express your emotions will tell me whether you are weak or not. So expressing emotions that one way is a mess. That is what I want to say.
Okay, thank you very much.
I made a statement, and it's from your own question. If you tell me that expressing your emotion makes you weak as a man, and you never qualify the weakness, and I'm giving my analogy, and somebody is rebattling it, and I'm telling you it's wrong, it's not it. You should allow me to express myself. What I'm saying now is that
Emotions.
just let me talk, my brother. Alright, go on. Emotions are emotions. You said expressing your emotions as a man makes you weak. And I'm telling you that is not true. Because you can express your emotions and still get up, move on, and achieve something.
Okay.
That's where I'm coming from. Jesus Christ expressed his emotion. We saw him weeping in the Bible. He woke up and then he prayed, he called Lazarus from the grave. And you are telling me Jesus Christ expressed supernatural strength, so that's not strength. Every strength is strength.
Okay.
That's my point. Every strength is strength.
Okay.
We are not saying that expressing your emotions as a man makes you physically weak. And then that's it. That's what we are saying.
Okay.
We never qualified the question. So you can, let me finish, my brother. Don't talk. Two.
Okay.
We saw Jesus
It's like, I
Christ.
have 1 more minute.
All right, so I'll make it snappy. 2, we saw Jesus Christ in the garden expressing his weakness or his inability, not inability as we saw him pray to the Father, Father, if it will be, let this cup overshadow me or pass by me, and he said, no, yet not my will but your will. We saw him expressing that what I'm going to do is very difficult for me to do, but your will stand. He expressed it. We saw him on the cross expressing his weakness, his emptiness when the Father left him. We saw him, yet he died on the cross and he resurrected. That's my point. So I'm not saying that when you express your, and that is not the question. The question never qualified the kind of weakness. It's not limited to the body. It's not even limited to the soul.
Okay.
It's a man is a spirit. Man is even life is more spiritual than physical. So
thank you, Mr. I think we are ending this.
Can class not really get what I'm saying?
Then you are also
can say, okay,
unless
whatever he's saying, that is fine. Okay, but I will understand. Okay, now unless unless the motion, okay, is talking about any kind of strength.
yes,
Okay, with regards to weakness. If not attacking, he's wrong. But if that is so, if he's attacking emotion, okay, I have a problem with it.
So what are you talking about?
Unless
I think
there is no
you both have
no,
said your points
unless
there.
now the person says that emotions.
Yes.
Emotions. Like there's nothing we call physical emotions. You have physical emotions.
No.
You have physical emotions. So the one is emotion.
What
Okay.
about weakness?
Hold on. No,
My
you have physical
physical
weakness,
weakness.
you have emotional weakness, okay? But then I say emotion, okay? Now in my answer, okay, the word emotion, okay, has to do with your it's like it's an inside job. I get me. So they say unless the things about both physical and emotional weakness, okay? If not to get any wrong, but if that's it's okay, fine. So now if that has an issue with the person, not me.
No.
Okay.
No,
You have
No,
an
it-
issue
I-
with mine.
yeah, but
I think if you are going to go on, then
no, that's because of what he said, okay? But I've been just very, very plain and fair. They said unless, I get me. What if it's not? So now, yeah, let's have an issue with the motion, not me.
okay.
I'm having an issue with what he's saying.
Thank you very
and
much.
I'm giving
Mr.
you
Grace.
my fair
Thank you very much.
And I will also explain to you.
That is fine, no. So,
It's a
so have that
general
issue.
Okay.
So have that issue with the motion, not with me.
Okay.
Alright.
Do men think emotionally or logically?
Men think logically.
I would say some men think emotionally, some to think logically. For me, logically.
Masculine.
Yes.
Men, masculine. Okay, now masculine features, masculine things. I mean, masculine. Okay, the word masculine is logic, the word feminine is emotional. Men think logically. Now, logic.
Does it make sense?
The whole can doesn't make sense to me.
Okay.
Mashe, mahu,
I do.
they are black, everything they are black.
Mr. Praise, if you are saying this, then I'm going to ask you. If you should see a man expressing emotions, how then are you going to describe him? Because you are saying that if you are saying men think logically, and logic has to do with masculinity. So if you see a man expressing or thinking emotionally, like the statement you made concerning the student begging the girlfriend, at that moment he was thinking emotionally. How would you describe him then?
He wasn't thinking emotionally, he was being emotional. He wasn't thinking emotionally, he was being emotional. He was being emotional.
But then his decision at that point to go and beg the girlfriend was made emotionally.
Not everybody thinks before they react. Not everybody think.
Okay.
Some people react before they think. Okay. Some people do whatever they want to do before they sit back and be like, no, I regret. So not everybody thinks before they react.
Yeah.
So men are logic beings. Women are emotional beings.
Okay.
You remember I made a statement that even though you are expressing your emotions as a man, you have to be emotionally intelligent. You have to be wise in your emotions. Are you getting it? Yes, I agree with the fact that men think logically. We think logically. But we can also not dispute the fact that men can express their emotions, or men express emotions. Even though some men don't want to. But there are other men who also express it. But if you want to express it, make sure you are doing it intelligently, so that you will not dislike the outcome of your expression. Thank you.
Let me explain that before you go to my next. Thinking has to do with the head. Feelings to do with the heart.
Okay.
Men think logically, but men have emotions. Emotions have everything to do with the heart.
Okay. Okay.
Emotions now are doing.
Okay.
Say, Bema be soon that guy on attack. So you soon number one, the disgrace. Number two, the season guy, okay, or soon at that moment. So on if that power would be logical. Because he saw they were taking videos of him. But his logical thoughts still didn't work. You know why? Because he was feeling emotional. He wasn't thinking emotionally.
Okay.
He was feeling emotional.
Okay.
But logic, right now, we're going to say, oh, it's not wrong. Because now he's thinking. That's all. Not everybody thinks before they react. And people react before they think. But men are logic. Logical in nature. Now, women, it's about what they hear. The woman does not really have to see much. It's a man they are called. Because I'm dead.
Okay.
To me, you can't remember say, hello, Michael, how are you? I'm good. Michael, I have big eyes, so you have to see is believing. But a man can tell a woman on phone, and I'm sorry, no disrespect to women, but I've been to America before. I'm going to see
Yes.
and all of that, okay?
If I'm not seeing your passport or your visa, I'm not believing that.
No, that is you.
That is you.
But basically,
Yes.
women, okay, can be managed soon. Kasate, wa falling pacha until they see someone. Sana do kind in that is where they will start using their emotional strength, wisely. So, by a mistake.
Okay.
That's the problem.
All right. Thank you very much. Okay. Can Claudia your last word? So
what he's saying, okay, is true to some extent. But when you are dealing with a woman who has really trained herself, has had an experience from the past, trained herself, okay, there are some of these words, flattering words, that you cannot use on any woman, especially some women who have really trained themselves. As you said, me, I want to see your passport. Maybe you have an experience, maybe in the past you would have fell for, but if you train yourself very, very well, there are some strategies that maybe some people guys use on men, you can be able to take out this is a lie.
That's true.
So I'm saying that emotions, we have to make sure that we mature in our emotions.
Okay.
We mature in our emotions, and we'll be all fine. Alright, that's it.
Mr. Saki.
So for me, okay, when I decide to think, being logical before you express your emotions, okay, or you express your emotions before you think, that's your choice.
Okay.
Yes, that's your choice. I
Alright.
just advise you, but I don't see you as someone who's doing wrong. That's your choice. Maybe you find whatever essence or whatever importance it is for you to express your emotions before you decide on what to do. But for me, decide first before I even express.
Alright.
Yeah.
My little concern with me Klaus is any woman who has mastered the art of using logic, okay, has as well learnt from an experienced person. Don't doubt it. Any woman, from military service to engineering to medicine, okay, any woman that has mastered the art, of using logic, learned from experience.
That was what I said.
From experience.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. Yes.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
And that's what I said.
I'm not doubting. I said I have something to say about what you last said. I'm not doubting you.
Okay.
You said you have
No, so listen. Listen. Just listen. Make sure you listen. Listen. Women are born to use their emotions and their logic.
Yes.
That's not an insult. But a woman that masters the art of using logic has learned over time from experience. Even with that, 10% of the time, okay, they've been victims.
You've had an experience.
Yes.
Okay.
They've been victims.
Alright.
Most of the time, they've been victims because what they are hearing back. No, many girls here. You are saying that.
I'm not sure I've been a victim before, but then
but see,
But you've learned.
you are saying that. Yeah, you are saying that. Maybe I will tell you, say, my passport. That is even wrong. You see, you didn't use your logic here. You know why you didn't use your logic here?
Why?
Me, I have my passport, okay, full. You know why? Because I have people, okay, that has to invite me to conference, okay, and I get the visa. Where do you go? So if I come and tell you that I've been to Washington.
Okay, I think I've learned a new thing here. So next time I'm not going to ask for their passport. I'm not going to ask for their passport.
I made my first passport and over 40 pages or something. 38 or 52. It's full. I am man. You know I am man. Because Daniel will call you, Alpha Thinking will call you, a lot of people will call you, oh praise. There's a conference and I need you to be part of my team. Okay. What's your passport? We go. We do the necessary requirements. Oh, we have a visa. Time personal. I can't go. Okay. If I can't open my passport to you, and I said that I've been to Canada, I've been to UK, all of that, okay. you will believe it because you don't get the visa by joke. So you
okay.
believe it. So if I say okay, you didn't even use your logic.
I need to up my game.
You use the emotion. So you see, basically, okay, me knowing who you are as a very strong intellectual person, okay, I still think you need your logic. Okay, that is why women who say I'm okay are emotional.
All right, thank you very much. This brings us to the end of today's episode. Do you have any shout out for your friends, your families, your girlfriends, your wives?
I don't do friends, but big shout outs to Aristo Boy, production manager for the last experience. Big shout outs to Mr. Benjamin watching the affable CEO of the reputable company. And all hail to the MVP, the real MVP, my mama.
Mr. Saki, shout out.
I don't really have any special one, but shout out to all friends and loved ones on there. Yeah.
Okay, Clouds.
You're right. Alright, so a very big one to my own beloved Angel. She knows her name. And then to all of you guys.
So if you are in love with our beautiful studio setup, just contact Deluxe Experience Ghana. You can follow them on all social media handles. Their handle is Deluxe_Experience Ghana. You can also contact them on 026-783-7006. Thank you everyone for watching today's episode. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and don't forget to turn on your notifications. Thank you. We are out.